So, hi everyone, I'm Divya, and today we will explore data engineering basics with Python. So, briefly, I will mention why this topic is important for beginner as well as professional. So, what is mean by data engineering? So, the data engineering is about building the system that make raw data usable. Here, you can see 4 steps. One is collect, store, process, and deliver. Collect the data. So what is collect the data? Here, example, pulling customer information from an API or app plus sales data from an Excel file. And then you will store the data. So the data efficiently and securely at scale. Example, using MySQL or data lake like AWS S3, you can store the data. And then process, transform data. Example, transform means cleaning null values, merging tables, converting CSV to PowerQuad file. Okay, and then deliver data. Deliver data means giving a clean data to data analyst in Power BI or scientist for machine learning models. Okay, so first collect the data, pull the data from app or Excel file, CSV file, and then store the data using MySQL or data lake like AWS S3, and then transform data. Transform is nothing but cleaning. Okay, and then deliver data. So think of data engineering like water supply engineering. Okay, you can collect rainwater, store tank, deliver clean water to household. First, collect rainwater or tap, and then store tank, and then purify, filter, purify, final, deliver. So where do you think your company data is coming from? Any idea? Files or APIs or database? You got it? So why Python for data engineering? Why Python for data engineering? So rich ecosystem. So here we will use different set of libraries. One is pandas. Pandas for data manipulation, data cleaning. And then NumPy for numerical operation. Request for API access. SQL Alchemy for database. And then Airflow is for pipeline. So using pandas, for example, using pandas, you can clean the messy CSV data and then readable and maintainable. So the Python look like simple English, easy for teams, easy to read, simple like syntax. Okay. For example, if you want to remove the null values, if you want to find the missing values, you can replace the missing values. Okay. And then integration. So Python talks with the cloud service. For example, AWS, GCP, and then Azure. These are the top 3 cloud providers. Okay. Spark databases. For example, you can connect MySQL with SQL Alchemy. And then community support, Stack Overflow, GitHub, and documentation. So these solutions are easy to find. Okay. So here, let me move to the next slide. Okay. So before deep diving, what is the difference between data engineering, data science, and data analytics? First, we start with data engineering. Okay. What is the main focus of data engineers. So the infrastructure and then pipeline. Okay, what are the tools they will use? SQL, which is a database, Python, it's a programming language, Spark, and then Airflow, Kafka, Docker. So for example, you can build the pipeline. You can build the pipeline to bring sales data daily into a warehouse. And then data analytics. Here, the main focus will be creating a reports and dashboard. So here, Python, SQL query language, Tableau, Power BI, Excel. Okay, so these are the tools data analytics people will use. Example, monthly sales dashboard. Monthly sales dashboard. And then data science. So here, you have to predictive modeling, machine learning. Okay, you are going to extract the valuable insight and then you will build the predictive models. Tools, Python, scikit-learn, TensorFlow, or R language. Okay, so for example, you can predict the customer churn. In overall, data engineers, they are like a plumbers. Set up the water system. Data analyst, they are a consumer. They are a consumer, a report, taste, and drink waters. And then data scientists, they are a chef. They will create the recipes using water and then ingredient. Okay. So here in data engineering, we will focus three major steps. One is extract, transform, load. What is meant by extract? Like from APIs, SQL, CSV. Okay. You are pulling Twitter data via API. Extract. And then whereas transform, you are cleaning, you are converting, aggregating data. So for example, changing a data format, handling missing value, replacing missing value. Okay. And then load into the database, data warehouses like Snowflake, BigQuery, or reporting system. Okay. So here we will use simple file format like CSV, easy to read and small data set. And then like used in API, JSON format, Parquet format, Avro. Avro is good for streaming and schema evolution. Okay. So now we are going to, I have a sample data set. Okay. Using Python, I'm going to store the data set into MySQL Workbench. Okay. So here the code already I created. Let me explain line by line. Okay. So import pandas as PD. Import pandas as PD. Pandas for what? Data manipulations. So load the pandas library and it gives a short name for PD. So pandas help us to read CSV file, process the data and store in the data frame. Okay. And then from SQL Alchemy, import create engine. Okay. So here SQL Alchemy is a Python toolkit that lets you talk to the database and then create engine. It creates the connection object to your database. And then from URL lib.parse, import code. So the code is used to encode the special character in the password so that they don't break the connection URL. Example, if your password is my at 123, it would be encoded as a my percentage 40123 like this. First import, run one by one. Pandas SPD, create engine, URL lib, It's loading. Let's copy the file path. Right click, copy as a path. Copy the file path. Okay, the file copied successfully. Now you can see under the variable explorer, you can see what is the data set? 10 rows, 6 columns. And then user, password, and then DB. What is this? Here we are creating. Before that, so read the CSV file located on your computer. So here R, before the string you have R, right? This is denote raw string. Okay, this slash is treated as a normal character. This is not an escape character. So pd.read_csv convert the CSV file into data frame. Data frame is nothing but a table with rows and columns. So univ now hold the data frame. Okay, so here setting up the connection. I'm creating the connection. So user, root user, and then password, DB. So here DB is nothing but database. So go to MySQL workbench. Go to MySQL workbench. Here I'm going to create a new database. Create database demo. Okay. So give the reference. Here you can see the database demo, but there is no table. Under the demo database, there is no table. Let me minimize this. Now go to here. So I'm going to setting up the connection. User DB. Connection created. Now, so here MySQL, py_MySQL. So this tells SQL Alchemy. Use MySQL as a database. Use py_MySQL driver to connect. And then username, and then encoded with password, localhost, and then name of the database. Okay. So this is the engine, right? This engine is nothing but it is an object now bridge between Python and MySQL. Python and MySQL. Let me run this. And then here you need to _SQL. Here save the data frame univ into MySQL as the table called DE. Okay. And then parameter if exists equal to replace, which means if the table already exists, delete it and create a new one. Chunk size 100. You can give 10 or 1000, anything. So it write the data in batch of 10 rows, 100 rows, 1000 rows at a time. It helps with large data set. Index equal to false. So it prevents the pandas from writing it row number as an extra column in the database. Okay. Now table is created and data is loaded. Select star from DE. Here DE is what? Table name. Select star from DE. Next, univ df pd.read_SQL_query. So run the query SQL on the MySQL database through the engine. So it fetches the result and put them into the pandas data frame called unifdf. Let me run this. Print unifdf. Here you can see the data frame. Here, this is the data frame. This is the data frame. So now I'm going to MySQL Workbench. In MySQL Workbench, I just created only database. I did not create any table here, right? So let me refresh here. Now, under the table, you can see the table name. Right click. This is the table. Okay. You can read a CSV file into the pandas and connect to the MySQL database using SQL Alchemy. You can store the CSV data into the MySQL table and then read the data back from MySQL into pandas. You can print the data. Got it? So this is how even first we extract the data. You can transform the data. You can remove the null values. You can replace the null values. Okay. And then transform again. You can load into MySQL Workbench. So that's it for today. We will see the next session with new topic.